All right, here we go. So situational defense stuff. I just thought it'd be a good idea to touch base. I would hope most of this stuff might be basic for you guys, but just in case, it's valuable knowledge to have, and it's always one of the first things you have to go over with the team in the new year. And so I just thought it'd be a good idea to kind of review the basics and then see if we can quiz you guys on some of the more challenging ones. So what I will have you guys do is pop your answers. If I ask a question, just throw your answer in the chat, and then I'll give you a couple seconds to answer, and then we'll go through what the right answer is. So let's start simple. Single to left field, okay? Say single to left field right here. All right, nobody on, nobody out. Okay. Who is covering this throw in from the outfield to second base? All right, shortstop's going here. Second baseman's coming across to cover the bag, which means oh, looks like I got a bunch of people. The throw in to second base, who is covering that throw in? Okay. Acceptable answers are actually pitcher or first baseman, right? Your shortstop is the cut, right? But he's here. Throw's going into second base, okay? So if that throw gets away, it's headed on that line there. If that ball's coming from here, which means we need even the right fielder can hop in on this one. Okay. Now, if I've done this correctly, nice. Okay, this is going to work. All right, this is going to work. All right, we have a double to right center field. Okay, over here. Okay, now play is to, let's start with that one. Where's the play? We've got a for sure double hit in the right center field gap. Where's the play going? How do I pop up the channel? Okay, so obviously play's going to 3. Okay, for sure double, we always give them 2 bags, right? Even on singles, right? That's why the throw goes into second on a single. Any base hit, you give them at least 1 bag, and you got to keep the throw 1 bag in front of the base runner. So if he hits double, give him his 2 bags, keep the throw 1 bag ahead of the base runner. Okay. My cuts, who's involved in the cutoff? Okay, that would be shortstop and second base. They're actually going to be doing a double cut. Okay, and for those who are unfamiliar, a double cut is not 2 throws. Okay, a double cut is sending out 2 cutoff men in case of a bad throw from the outfielder. All right, if my center fielder goes and gets this ball and then throws it into the second baseman and either overthrows him or underthrows him, that lead guy, the double cut, leaves it. The shortstop has either a nice long hop or it's going to hit him in the chest, and he carries the throw on. All right, now who is covering second base in this scenario? Who is covering second base? I want to see if I can pop out my chat while I share my screen so I can see what you guys are writing. Correct answer there is first baseman. So he would fall into this space here, watch the base runner come around the bag, Okay, and then he trails that base runner all the way to second base. Okay, and then even further, what is the pitcher doing in this situation? He is back in here, okay, covering this throw in from the middle infielders. All right, so even as something as simple as a double in the gap, lots of movement from everyone involved, okay? Most of the time, obviously, this guy would be converging here, okay? This guy can start to trail down into this space here, okay? And for the most part, your catcher just comes out into this space here and just starts making sure everyone's in their right spots. But good situational defense is find somewhere to go and something to do. And that can be as simple as just covering where you expect that throw is going to go. All righty, we've still got nobody on, nobody out. We've got a bunt down the left field line. Okay. What is the second baseman doing in this situation? Okay. My third baseman's coming here. My catcher's also going here. Okay. My pitcher would have converged a little bit, but then peeled off. Okay, because probably one of these two is going to field that ball. Throw's coming this way, which means that second baseman is coming in behind. That's a little far. Okay, and even the right fielder can also be there. All right, so as soon as you identify, if you're playing second base in this situation and you notice really any ground ball hit to the third base side, okay, bunts included, start hightailing it this way. All right, because if you can keep that throw, if you can stop that overthrow from right around there, okay, you can limit him to one bag. But as soon as that ball gets past you there, you're looking at for sure a double, maybe even more, depending on the size of your field. Okay, we got nobody on, nobody out again. What else can I throw at you guys? Aha. A little tapper into this space here on this line. Okay. What does the pitcher do? Just think about that for a second. What's the pitcher supposed to do in this situation? Okay. The pitcher, he basically just makes a beeline for first base. Okay. Regardless of if he picks up the ball or not. If you can pick up the ball on that line there, great. Pick up the ball and go step on first base yourself. All right. The first baseman needs to treat this ball like the pitcher is not picking it up. Okay, so he gets around it, gets behind it, okay, and then he can start to come forward. If the ball gets past the pitcher on his way over to first, you pick it up and you flip it to him covering. Oh, my connection's unstable. I'm going to find a new spot. Okay, does that make sense? Right? Basically, it's a redundancy. Just in case this pitcher can't field it, we have somebody there. All right? Because we don't want this ball to get past him and then have nobody here to field it. All right, so pitcher comes across, first baseman just treats it like he's going to be the one to pick up the ball. All right, if this pitcher picks it up quick, okay, and you guys have good communication, you guys can talk in the first baseman and say, yeah, I'll go to the bag, give me the ball here, or vice versa. All right. All right, let's get a little more creative here. Okay, we're starting with a runner on first base. All right. We had a single to right field. We have a single to anywhere in the outfield. Okay, who is the cutoff man every single time? Every single time, who is our cutoff man? If there's a runner on first base and we have a single to the outfield, it is always going to be the shortstop. Okay. If it's hit to left, right? Let's say it's hit over here, right? That guy's already on his way over. So he's going to be the cutoff man here. Okay. Anything hit in this part, okay, shortstop's going to basically float into this space here, right? Again, even if it's a single up the middle and he might have a play on it, it's easy enough for him to try and make that play and then back off to be that cutoff man. All right. And even if it's hit over to the right-hand side, okay, let's say it's hit down here, he's going to sweep all the way into this space here. Okay. Keeps it nice and simple, right? And then your second baseman can just focus on fielding the ball, right? Anything hit to the right-hand side, that second baseman is going to be trying to make a play on it, and that's going to take him out of a good spot to be a cutoff man, right? Let's say he tries to field the ground ball, it gets by him right here, and then the center or the right fielder picks it up right here. Well, now we're going to make a 60-foot throw and then a 160-foot throw. Whereas if my shortstop is in this space here, he instantly becomes that shorter throw into third base. Okay. Now, here's an easier one, but I'll explain why I want to cover it. Okay, runner on first base, less than 2 outs, ground ball to the pitcher. Where's he going with it? Good. And bonus questions, bonus marks, who receives that throw every time? Good, good. Okay. Reason being, right, this guy's coming across the bag this direction. It's a lot easier for him to receive this throw and transfer on that way to first. Okay. Second baseman's usually working this way. He's going to have to stop his momentum, turn, and then throw it back across. Okay. And for the most part, usually if a shortstop's making a play on a ball up the middle, it's going to be in this space here anyway. Second baseman can sometimes field their backhands up the middle over into shallow center field. All right. So he's headed that way. His momentum's that way. And for simplicity's sake, it's always just easier to tell your pitchers, hey, look for your shortstop. As you get older, everybody loves to joke about pitchers aren't athletes. You got to try and keep it simple for them.
I'm going to make myself some chili.
Okay, next one, run first. Let's say we've got a double. Let's see, just a second here. Who is?
And so when I unroll it, two of them get stuck on me.
Got him. There we go. Back to our little diamond. Okay, so double in the left center gap. Okay. On a double, we're going to use what? We just went over this. Write it down. What are we going to be utilizing? Good. Yep. Good. Okay. Now they are going to float into this space here. Okay, there's your shortstop. Second baseman's going to come over here. Okay, we've already established that for the hitter, first baseman's going to trail. Okay. Every single time we run a double cut, the only 2 guys involved are going to be your middle infielders. Okay. There are certain scenarios where this might be switched up. but they're very rare, and it's just easier to say, as soon as there's a double, and as soon as there's a double, my middle infielders take off. Okay, so they're going to float into this space here to carry this throw on to home. Obviously, our third baseman's going to float into here in case that guy rounds the bag and then decides he wants to come back. Okay, we obviously don't need anyone at first base because there won't be a play there. All right. Where's the pitcher going? Where does the pitcher go in this situation? Right in here. Okay, we always, if we're a pitcher and we're covering a bag, we always want to cover where the lead runner is. Okay, always where the lead runner is going to be. All righty, let's see if there's any more that are good with the runner on first. Ooh, here's one. This would happen occasionally in the fall, and so then if there's an overthrow, we keep the other guy at second, or the lead runner at third, right? But yes, also guy at second. Okay, so runner on first, okay, and our pitcher tries to pick him off, but throws it away, okay? So the ball ends up over here along the fence line. Okay, this is always one where the play happens and then it seems like nobody moves and nobody knows what to do. Okay. I usually have at Springbank, because the field's a little smaller, okay, I usually tell this pitcher to put his hands up in the air and get into this space here, okay? First baseman and second baseman and the right fielder should all be converging on that throw, or the overthrow, okay? And we need a shortstop to cover second. So the usual solution that I like to say is, pitcher, get your hands up, get into this space here, get back involved with the play, all right? Because as soon as one of these guys picks up that ball, they have to throw it to you right away and call for it. Get me the ball, get me the ball, get me the ball, okay? Because if you're the first baseman, second baseman, or right fielder, and you pick this ball up way over here, okay, that is a really, really long throw to try and make all the way to third base, okay? And if you hesitate even for a moment, this guy's going to round this bag, look back to where you are and where you have the ball, and just keep coming, because he knows that he can probably run to third in a shorter amount of time than you can throw that ball the entire distance. So pick up that ball, get it to your pitcher. All right. On bigger fields, sometimes you'll see shortstop come in and across, because again, we like to keep the ball out of our pitcher's hands on the infield. But for now, pitchers, you guys are athletes. All righty. Any single hit to the outfield, just before we move on from this, with a runner on first, any single hit to the outfield, where's the play to? Somebody throw it out there. There it is. Good. Perfect. We can move on. Okay. Let's put a runner first and second. Okay. Now this is one I thought of before. We've got first and second. We've got less than 2 outs. And our hitter hits a comebacker right to the pitcher. Ground ball to the pitcher. What are we doing with the baseball? Oh, we've got some conflicting answers. I love it. Okay, key to that sentence is less than 2 outs. Why did I tell you less than 2 outs? Because we're trying to get 2 outs if we can. Okay. Always, whenever you have a choice, about 95% of the time, you want to try and get 2 outs. Very rarely will you forego the opportunity to get 2 outs instead of 1. Okay. The easiest double play in this scenario, to the shortstop and then across to first. Okay. Reason being, let's see that. That'll be a question. Why is this the easier double play? Why not just go third then second? Same throw, same distance on the throws. Bingo. Taste gets it. Okay. In this situation, you've got a guy at first taking a lead to about there. You've got a guy at second taking a lead to about there. Right? By the time he picks up the ball and makes this throw here, okay, this runner from first will be at second. Okay. But our hitter has to swing the bat, make contact, and then get going. He doesn't get the same kind of jump, right? So it's pitcher's going to turn around, throw to second, and then we're going to carry it on to first because that's the shortest, or that is the quickest, but also gives us the most time because we're basically trying to get our hitter as our second out. Now to switch it up, same situation, but our ground ball is going to go to our third baseman right here. What does he do with the ball? Same situation, first and second, less than 2 outs. Good, good. I like the consensus there. Yep. Touch that bag, throw it across. Okay. Phrase we use is whichever way it takes you. Okay. Because if that ball is hit even just here, okay, you can't go this way, pick up the ball, turn around, and then try and come step on the bag. That base runner is going to be there already. Okay. So he goes this way, picks up this ball, and we turn our double play there. Second to first. Okay. It's all about ease of throw. Who is our second out? Okay. And what can we make more assuredly? Let's see. What else can I throw at you guys for this situation? Bunt, or even better yet, the hitter squares around to bunt. If a hitter squares to bunt, okay, which one of our infielders is charging towards the plate? And which one cannot charge towards the plate? Which one of our infielders? Good. 1 can, 3 can't. Good. Good answers. Okay. 3's got to stay home. Okay. He has to stay here. All right. Because that guy can take third too easily. Okay. So third stays home. That means that first is crashing here, and the pitcher has to take the third base side. Okay. Pitcher goes to this side here. Okay. If the first baseman is vacating, that means our second baseman has to come through here. Okay, so the pitcher has this area in here. Our first baseman is going to take everything down this side. Okay, and our second baseman is covering. Okay, and this is one of those scenarios where, as a first baseman, you need to communicate with your second baseman every single time you know you're going to charge on a bunt, because he has to know, because he's the coverage. Okay, so before that pitch is thrown, hey, talk to me. Okay, I'm crashing. You got to be here. All right. Bonus question in this situation, call yourself the hitter who's been asked to bunt. Okay. If you're the hitter who's been asked to bunt, what side do you bunt this pitch at? What side do you bunt it to? Correct. Good. Good answers. Good answers. Okay. Reason being, this guy's crashing hard. Okay. If we bunt it hard right back at him, he can pick that up, carry his momentum, and throw to third base for our force out. Okay. You always try and get this one to the third base side, force the pitcher to field that ball. Okay. Let's do clear our bases. We're going to put a base runner at second base only. Okay. And we have a double. Double in our left center gap. Where's the play? I knew I'd get a lot of people with this one. Okay. So let's walk through this. Okay. Runner on second, for sure double. Okay. So on a for sure double, we give all runners 2 bases automatically. Well, for him, that's 1-2. He's in. He's scoring very easily. Okay. So there's no play at the plate. Right. So now instantly our focus is back onto just the hitter. Okay. And if we, again, assume that he's getting 2 bases easily, and our rule of thumb is to keep that ball 1 base in front of where the base runner is going, our throw's coming into third. And for bonus marks again, how do we get that ball to third base? Utilizing what? Double cut. Yes, sir. Okay. So remember that, right? Even though there's base runners on, okay, if we have a scenario where we assume the base runner is going to score, play doesn't stop. We got to assume that hitter is, we got to treat it just like there's nobody on. Okay. Let's put, I'm getting tricky on you guys now. Let's put a runner at third and second. Okay. And let's hit a ball into the right center gap here. But this is a fly ball that our right fielder can make a play on, and he's getting camped. Okay. Now, to make this easier on you guys, okay, let's call this a 350-foot foul line, 375 in the corners. So this kid has crushed this ball 340 feet from home plate. Okay. We've got a fly ball hit deep to right center, but our outfielder's got a bead on it, and it looks like he's going to make this catch. Where is our throw going to? 3 is our correct answer. Okay. A ball hit that deep. This guy's scoring automatically. Okay. But we might have a chance to keep this guy at second base still. Okay. So our throw is actually going to come into our shortstop here, who can then see if this guy has taken off or he's staying put. All right. If we have no play at the plate, if we have no way to stop the lead runner, the focus changes to that trail runner. Okay. And how do we keep him from advancing as far as possible? Makes sense? Let's see here. We'll get creative. We'll get first and third. Okay. And we've got a double down the right field line. This ball's getting down. It's rolling and rattling into the corner. Okay. Where is our play? And who is involved in this play? For sure, double. Rolls and rattles into the right field corner. Where's our play to? And then who's going to be involved in executing this play? All righty, you guys are ahead of me here. I like it. Okay. So we know our rule of thumb on doubles is it's always going to be middle infielders. Okay. But this is the one exception that I was referring to. Okay. To keep things simple, if my shortstop and my second baseman come this way, okay, and they set themselves up there and there, okay, that's fine. That's acceptable. That's a basic, easy to understand cutoff. Okay. This play is to 4, right? This guy scores easily. Okay. For sure, double means we give this guy 2 bags. Okay. And that throw now needs to come in 1 bag ahead of him. Okay. But occasionally teams will run this situation utilizing the first baseman instead of the shortstop. Right? If we remember one of the first ones we did, okay, on a for sure double, our first baseman is supposed to trail that hitter to second base. Okay. And then on the scenario we just drew out, the shortstop would be coming all the way this way. Well, basic logic would dictate if this guy's running all the way this way and this guy's running all the way this way, why don't we just have this guy do this guy's job and this guy do this guy's job? So rather than crisscrossing across the diamond, our first baseman is just going to settle into this space here, and he's going to trail the second baseman, okay? The second baseman is going to be the lead guy in this double cut, taking this throw from the outfielder before carrying it on to the plate, okay? The reason we want our second baseman to take that throw, usually our middle infielders have better hands and typically better arms. Okay. First baseman get a big unwieldy glove for better picks, but it can get a little clunky on our transfers. Our second baseman and our shortstops have smaller gloves, makes handling the ball a little easier. Okay. But that is probably one of the most difficult and confusing situations you'll encounter because it involves a trailer that then doesn't trail, a double cut that involves a guy that's not usually involved in the double cut. Okay, and we've got multiple base runners who we're having to assume a couple of things for. All right. But it just goes to show you again, there are very few plays where you do nothing.
Sam!
Jack, I think you forgot to mute yourself there, buddy. But yeah, I see we got 1 minute left, so I'm going to stop. Okay. Hopefully some of you guys got something out of that. I know if you've played on one of our teams before, that'll be pretty basic review, but it always helps to review it because that stuff is you can't forget it. You have to know it. That's basic arithmetic if you were to look at it from a math standpoint. You can't do anything else if you can't know the basics of situational defense, like that stuff. So other than that, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for popping in. I think we got another one coming up on Thursday, our running technique. Yeah, as we get closer to Christmas. See you, boys.